Welcome to GM Heritage Center. My name's Greg Wallace. If you haven't been here before, you're in for a real treat. This is the main collection. Out of the 450 vehicles that we have somewhere in and around 200 here. It's the best designs, the best innovations of General Motors. Arguably the most sought after and popular muscle car of the 70s was the 70 Chevelle with 454 cubic inches and 450 horsepower. And this is the 70L Camino that goes with it. And it features the big block engine. This is the Y job. Y is a designation for experimental aircraft. When you look at this car, it's got a lot of aircraft-inspired designs, from a bomb sight style hood ornament, smaller tires on the car. The road system's got a whole lot better during this period of time, so the tires got smaller. When you look at the earlier cars, they had very tall tires, and that's because they had to traverse very rough roads. Some of the more popular vehicles and designs were the Firebird project. First one you see up here is a one-seater. It has a Whirlfire jet aircraft or gas turbine engine. Being a single-seater, it doesn't make it practical for everyday transportation, so Firebird 2 is a four-seat car. But as you can see, very 50s aircraft inspired. This is Firebird 3, and this is the last of the series. And you'll notice it doesn't have a steering wheel. It has a joystick. You push the joystick forward to go forward, turn it to the right to go right. Features the GM aircraft logo on the back, which all of them do. GM had built aircraft during World War II. It had been instrumental in aircraft design and stuff throughout the 40s. This is a Sabre, 1951, and it has twin tanks, gasoline on one side, alcohol on the other. Let me show you one of the most unique features of this car, and it's the headlamp. This thing has never failed. It really shows off Harley Earl and his personality, from an altimeter to aircraft-inspired clock. A lot of the styling cues on this car would make it onto later 50s caddies. These two concepts were done. This is Solitaire and Voyage. The Voyage now was a four-door car, all one-piece glass. It's electrochromatic, which adjusts the sun load on the car depending on whether it's too hot in the car or not. It darkens it up. Now, as we walk a little further into the future, we have the 2003 16 Concept. This car has a confidence about it when it's going down the road. It's got a 1,000 horsepower 16-cylinder engine, 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. This is one of the first V16s. Now, when most cars are creeping along at 45 to 50 miles an hour, this car would go well over 100. 452 cubic inches, all aluminum block. One of the more unique styling features to it has lights that turn with the direction of the steering. This is the Camaro Concept, and when you look at this car, you can see it's no secret that it looks a lot like the 69 or the first gen Camaros. Coming down the Corvette aisle, you'll see a production 63 Corvette Roadster along with a production 63 Corvette Coupe. The car next to it, the Mako Shark, now is the inspiration for these two cars. When you look at this car, it's got a very unique paint job on it. One of the most interesting stories, Bill Mitchell had them paint this car. He wasn't satisfied with it. They painted it 4 or 5 times and he still didn't like it, so he was going on a business trip. He wanted it to match a game fish that he had on his office wall. And when they painted the fish to match the car, then he was happy with it. As you can see here, this is a very unique vehicle, and this is one of GM's first fuel cell powered vehicles, if it's not the first one. A lot of people think this is all new technology, but this is something that they've been experimenting with since the 60s. Of the 450 heritage vehicles that we have, about 170 of them are displayed here in a very easy to look at, unobstructed display. They've built some great cars and continue to do so today.
Catch all the latest auto enthusiast news at Autoweek.com, in Autoweek Magazine and iPad Edition. Talk with us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Autoweek USA.